My name is Sheree. I'd like to just talk to you for a few minutes about what I've experienced since I've been here. My condition it started when I was 8 years old. I was diagnosed with scoliosis and a thyroid condition. For years, I had chiropractic treatments, medical doctors, and nothing helped. My digestion was poor. My sleep was very poor, constipated since I was a child. I've had lower back pain this whole time. And of course it worsened at 20 when I had my first child, and could never find relief from it. Chiropractic treatments at that time made everything worse. So, but that being the only avenue that I knew at the time, I did continue that to no avail. I went into nutrition thinking that that would solve it. It didn't solve. I'm sure it helped some, but it wasn't the answer. I went to an herbalist. That didn't solve it. What else did I try? I tried massage. In fact, I attended a massage school for about 1.5 years, just trying to understand what was going on in my body. Well, try as I might, it was all just Band-Aid treatments. So nothing really got to the source. So then one day we picked up a wellness magazine, and in there was an article of Dr. Jotti's. So functional neurology was the name of his work. And that sounded to me, after all my studies, that sounded like it was the answer, that it went right to the core of what was going on. So we made our first appointment and came in. At first I thought, okay, I'm going to put myself in his hands and trust in his judgment, follow his protocol, which I've done. And then about the 5th treatment,
That's okay. That's okay.
About the 5th treatment, the back pain left. I get emotional because I'm joyful.
That's very good. Because there's so many people out there suffering and that
I
are
know.
crying every day, and they're not tears of joy. So
Yeah, that's right. When you find the answer, it's just all you can do to contain yourself. You want to keep coming back. You want more. It's like we have formed a lasting, lifelong friendship. It's just the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me. But I want to tell you some more about some of the things I'm enjoying. Good sleep. I've had constipation since I was a child. My grandmother wrapped X-Lax in white bread. I can still taste it. That's gone. So I don't have that problem anymore. I do have neuropathy in my feet. That's probably, close to 80% better. I don't have the pain that I had in it. So I'm looking for complete relief in that area. Let's see, so many things. My mind is more clear at times. I don't have that brain fog that I had. And I'm enjoying the foods that have been suggested to me. I had limited myself probably where I should not have, and was not getting enough of the right nutrition. We are so used to, when we go to a doctor, having them do procedures that we can see, that are just apparent that something is taking place, whether it's a bandage or whatever it is. But this appears to be subtle but it isn't. It gets right to that core that I mentioned. It gets to the brain, which governs everything. Well, first of all, the tests were most interesting, being tested for balance. That was, I still laugh about it every time I think about it, because you think you're okay and you're centered and balanced and all that. I wasn't. And these tests that he gives that are so easy, and he makes them pleasant, they tell him immediately what's wrong in what area of the brain, and it's amazing, just amazing. All my problems began really when I was 7, when I started gaining weight, and they couldn't figure out why. So my trips to the doctor began when I was 8 and continued throughout the years. And all these years later, I'm 76 now, I have looked and looked and looked and had lost hope. It just seemed like, well, I've always had a positive attitude, but I'd gotten to the point where I felt like, well, I've had a good life, and I didn't have any more big plans for the future, and didn't know how long I'd live and that type of thing, which is unusual for me. But now I have a renewed energy, a renewed vision for my life, and that 150 years that we talk about living to here doesn't sound so far-fetched at all. So I have that spark of interest back. I would say that I had really lost hope, and I hope I can encourage everyone not to lose hope, because there is an answer. There is, and it's here.